My name is Raylan Villarreal. I've been with dispatch for about 7.5 years. I'm an emergency dispatch supervisor. Typically, our day starts with a debrief from the supervisor from the previous shift. We'll go over everything that's happened, any major calls that could affect our current day. Then we'll start with our daily stuff. We'll go over the logs from the previous day for fire calls, for medical calls. We'll get them sent over to their dispatch. We'll go over supervisor logs to make sure there's nothing that carried over from the previous day that we have to attend to as far as IT issues or notes from the supervisor. We'll go over our emails and make sure there aren't any new policies or procedures that need to be implemented starting on that shift. We'll go over it with our shift to make sure there's something that didn't change from the previous day to today. If there's a new procedure that we need to start implementing or something from the chief of either fire, EMS, or the PD or SO. Then we start with our day. People will dial 911 for various reasons. We'll answer, we'll ascertain the address right away, then we'll get their nature of the call, try to figure out what kind of assistance they need, get all the information we possibly can to help them. If it's the call taker that's taking the call, they'll just keep going with their questions. If it's the dispatcher that's actually dispatching the call, they will take the call as they dispatch. Get the information from the caller and then relay it to whoever they're dispatching for, whatever agency. We'll try to find out their jurisdiction, who needs to respond to the call, either the fire department, the medics, the sheriff's department, or the PD, whether it's in Roswell or Dexter, Midway. Then we'll go on with the questions as far as details of what they're needing. And we'll ask various questions to help dispatch the call correctly for the right agency. A frantic 911 call starts with somebody screaming and yelling for help. A lot of the times they're not able to tell us what they need or what their address is, they're just yelling. We have to rely on maps to confirm their location. Then we'll try to get it out of them to see if we're able to base the information that they give us off of the map that we're getting their location from. And we'll dispatch. And we use other things to get their locations, event history with their phone numbers, with their names if we're able to get that. But that's the biggest thing when people call 911 is their locations. After that, we'll start to get the details and nature of the call, whether it's going to be a fire call or a law enforcement call or both. Sometimes we get those. In between answering 911 and admin lines, we also enter all of the warrants for Travis County. We enter all of the missing people, all of the articles, which include license plates, firearms, vehicles, anything that's stolen out of cars. My days have been different lately. I'm training somebody. She's been here for about 4 weeks. She's got between 6 and 9 months of training. All depends on how well she does, how she picks things up. Typically, we start with training on fire and EMS. She'll learn their policies and procedures. She'll get that down, be able to talk on the radio, and then she'll switch over to the law side. She'll learn their policies and procedures. We dispatch for the sheriff's department, the police department, also Dexter, Hagerman, and Lake Arthur. They all do things different. She's got to learn all of the agency's policies and procedures. And when she's done with that, she'll start working on her own. That typically takes 6 to 9 months. I became a dispatcher because I like helping people, and for me this is the best way. I take these calls, I try to calm people down and be there for them during their time of emergency without actually being there with them. When you call 911, anybody that answers here is always willing to help. That's our main goal, is getting help to the general public, whatever the emergency may be. I'm Raylan Villarreal, Emergency Dispatch Supervisor.